is educational video, as you can see, and this is your textbook, students. This is prescribed for degree 5th sem, new syllabus, and you have to carry it to 6th sem also. So better all of you to buy this book. Okay, and to begin with, you have 3 unit students prescribed for your 5th sem, and in the first unit, as usual, you have the subunit as poem. And to begin with Unit 1, students, the poem The Lotus, written by Toru Dutt. And the pre-reading activities, which is your favorite flower and why? And which is the national flower of India? I think you all know the national flower of India. Yes, it is lotus. If you were a flower, which one would you be? Give reasons. So imagine yourself as a flower and you have to give the reasons. Do you know any qualities like aesthetic, spiritual, or medicinal that are associated with different flowers? Aesthetic flowers means the flowers which are very beautiful to look at. Okay, for example, rose. Spiritual, the flowers which are used in the religious ceremonies. Okay, to pray to God and all. Then the medicinal flowers, there are many medicinal flowers available in India especially. Okay, this is the information about flower students. And coming to know about the author, Toru Dutt was born in Calcutta in a highly privileged and literary family. Many of the Bengalis are highly literate students. If you know, the only Nobel laureate, Nobel Prize winner is Rabindranath Tagore, who is from West Bengal. Okay, Toru Dutt lived extensively in France and in Cambridge. She was a poet, a translator, and a novelist who wrote in English and French. Considered a pioneering figure, Dutt is known for the assimilation of Eastern and Western literary traditions in her poetry. So there is a combination of Eastern and Western qualities, students, in her poem. Okay, despite her European influences, much of her writing is rich with themes and references from Indian intellectual traditions, culture, and mythology. So in her poems, we come across the Indian culture and mythology. Then about the poem which you are going to read now, The Lotus. Okay, it was published in the Legends of Toru Dutt's Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan. So this is the collection of poems which was published in 1882, students. So you have to write a word about the poem also in introduction. If at all any question is asked in the examinations, you have to write about the poem also. Now, coming to the structure of the poem, this is a poem of 14 lines, and any poem which is written with 14 lines in it, it is called as sonnet. You have already learned in your first year, students, a sonnet, and yeah. So, how is the structure of this poem? The first 8 lines are called as octave, and in those 8 lines, you come across a problem or a situation being discussed. Then the next 6 lines are called as sestet, which give a solution or passes on a resolution, a kind of consensus, means they agree upon a solution or a consensus. That is called as a sestet. So first 8 lines octave and next 6 lines are called sestet. And then the ninth line, it is called as a volta, means it has a kind of sharp turn which brings about the move to the resolution. So this problem, when it is moving to the solution, this ninth line gives a sharp turn, means it gives a kind of direction. So this is the structure of sonnet, student. This is an extra information for you so that you will enjoy reading the poems. In future also, whenever you are reading a sonnet poem, look out for these octaves, volta, and the sestet, students. Okay, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Now, coming to the poem, there are two important characters, the love and Flora. Here, the love is actually an abstract concept, student, but it is personified here. So, love is the god, love god, whose name is Cupid. From the Roman mythology, it is taken. Then, Flora is the goddess of flowers. So, there is a dialogue between love and Flora, imagining them as persons, as the gods. Okay, with this background, we will move into the poem. So, The Lotus by Toru Dutt. Love came to Flora asking for a flower that would, of flowers, be undisputed queen. Love came to Flora. You all know, I just now I told you who is love. Love is the Cupid, the the god of love in Roman mythology. Okay, he looks like this too, with wings and a bow and arrow will be there. Even in the Sanskrit mythology also there is a love god by name Manmada. Okay, his name is Manmada, and he resembles this picture, the Roman picture. So he is asking Flora, and I told you Flora is the goddess of flowering plants. Okay, flowering plants always stand for fertility. So she's a goddess of fertility. So there is a dialogue between Cupid and Flora. So Cupid is asking Flora for a flower. That you have to read this sentence particularly in this way, students. And one more characteristic feature of sonnet: every ending of the line, it connects with the next line, students. So you have to join the ending and the beginning of the next line. Then only it makes sense. Okay, here. So asking for a flower that would be undisputed queen. So that would of flowers be undisputed queen. So he wanted a flower which occupies the highest position, a queen's position. And what did she tell? I mean, already there are some flowers which are disputing for that rank. The lily and the rose, long, long had been rivals for that high honor. For this highest state of honor, already lily and rose are in the competition, in the race. They are already there. So what is happening? There are some people who support rose as the highest honored flower, and there are people who support lily as the highest flower. They are called bards of power. Bards means poets, literary, who are rich in literature. So bards of power, the poets, had sung their claims already. Claims means demand for ownership. Whatever they tell, it should be correct. So the bards of power had sung their claims. The rose can never tower like the pale lily with her Juno mane. So the people who are supporting the lily, they contradicted. How can rose be the queen? Because it can never tower. Tower means rise to great heights, having the highest position. So Rose can never, because already Lily is there with her Juno mane. Juno means, again, Juno is the goddess of beauty, students. So mane means appearance. So Lily has this goddess of beauty's appearance. So she is of high honor. How can Rose be? But the people who support Rose, they say, but is the lily lovelier? So the debate goes on between the bards, or between the poets who are supporting Rose and Lily. Thus, between flower factions rang the strife in Psyche's bower. So flower factions means factions means quarrels going on between the flowers. They rang the strife. Strife means differences. And where does all these things take place? In Psyche's bower. Psyche is again the goddess of psychology, or the mind, okay, or the soul, and she is the mistress of Cupid. She's the wife of Cupid. So she has a beautiful garden with cool plants and cool temperature where people can enjoy in that. So in that place, in her garden, this argument is going on. The love god comes and asks Flora to give a flower which has the queenly characteristics. And these people also, the bards are also arguing for Rose and Lily. All this is taking place in Psyche's bower. So this is the stage for this poem, students, and this line is very important because it tells where all these things are happening. Give me a flower delicious as the rose and stately as the lily in her pride. So love is asking Flora to give a flower which is delicious. Delicious means, yeah, this is a picture of Psyche. So delicious means we think it is only tasty, but it also has another meaning, pleasing to the eyes, which is beautiful also. So which is delicious as rose and stately as the lily in her pride. Stately means royal, high rank. So he's asking for both the qualities um, possessed by a flower. Then Flora asks, but of what color? So she's asking for the color because rose is red in color and lily is in white color. So which color should I give to that flower? Rose red, love first chose, then prayed, no, lily white, or both provide. So he's asking, first he wanted red color flower, then he wanted lily, a white color flower, then he landed with both the colors. So he says, both the colors you provide me, he asks. See, people are, we are like that only. We cannot decide upon a thing. So we are always in dilemma. So even here, love God also is in dilemma. He wants both. And Flora gave the lotus, rose red dyed and lily white, the queenliest flower that blows. She says the Flora gave, she has conceived a lotus flower which has the queenliest characteristic, both the lily white color, pale color, and the red color. That is the lotus. So that is the theme of the poem, students, and this is the glossary. All the meanings you have to learn. Once you learn the meaning, you can really understand love, flora, undisputed, rival, bard, tower, Juno, Mien, faction, strife, psyche, bower, delicious, stately, pride, and blow. These are the words you have to learn. Now, coming to the comprehension questions. Answer the following questions in 1 or 2 lines. These are very simple questions you can answer, students. Once you understand the poem, you can easily answer the questions. So, first question, why did Cupid, the god of love, come to Flora? So that is the answer. The Cupid, the god of love, came to Flora to ask for a flower that would be an undisputed queen of the flowers. Second question, which flowers were competing for the high honor? You all know the answer. The rose and the lily were competing for the high honor. Then the third question, what was the cause of the quarrel between the lily and the rose? And the answer, the two rivals, Rose and Lily, were competing for the title of Queen of Flowers. Then the fourth question, what were the claims of the bards for each of the flowers? What did the poets claim for each of the flowers? The poets on the side of the rose praised it as the most beautiful flower because of its color, and the poets on the side of the lily praised it as a stately flower that towered high. Both flowers were popular and beautiful, and the poets used their literary power and Greek and Roman mythologies to support their arguments. See, they are scholars, so their literary power they used, they took words from Greek mythology, they took characteristics from Roman mythology. Psyche is a Greek mythologies character, students, and love and flora are from Roman mythologies. So they took all these words and the needed information, and they were supporting rose and lily. So the fifth question, what according to the bards was lacking in the rose? And the answer, the bards claim that the rose can never rise to such great heights as the lily, which is white in color and has the appearance of Juno, the goddess of beauty. So they said it can never match lily. Then the next question, how was the lily praised by its defenders? Poets on the side of the lily praised it as a stately flower that towered high and had the appearance of Juno, the goddess of royal beauty. Seventh question, what qualities did love desire in the flower? So, what did he desire? He said, Love, who asked for Flora for a flower that would be the queen, eventually suggested combining the characteristics of both flowers, which had rose red and lily white colors. He said both the colors should be there. Coming to the next question, what color did love choose first and what color did he finally ask for? So Love first chose red, a rose red color, and then he asked for lily white color, and finally he asked for the combination of both the colors. He was in a dilemma, not able to decide what did he want. Who is declared the undisputed queen and why? The lotus is declared the undisputed queen because it has the redness of rose and the paleness of lily. How is the lotus described in the poem? The last question. The lotus had the attributes of both the red rose in color and the majesty and the towering stance of the lily. It is the flower which embodies the qualities of both the rose and the lily. the passion and purity. Love was greatly delighted as the lotus was both red and stately white in appearance. So these are the comprehension questions, students. In the next video, we are going to discuss long answers. So don't miss them. You have to write them in your examination. So that's about the poem, students. Thanks for watching. And if you had enjoyed or liked this tutorial, do not hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot. Okay, bye bye for now. Let's meet up in the next video.